All right, ladies and gents, welcome to ESEA Open Season 37. We're going to be jumping straight into a match here between TFG and eSport. I am joined, as previously, by my co-caster, Roke. How are you doing, my man?
All good, all good. Starting to get a bit late, but yeah, excited for a good, cool match.
Same. TFG, I'm going to be picking up the knife. I'm going to be able to choose which side. I'm just going to be preemptively ready to change my HUD because fairly certain they're going to swap this. Time will tell, I suppose. Knife. Especially on a map like Overpass, I would argue that the knife, not really that important.
Yeah, I think nowadays most teams, it's more of a thing of just getting some momentum, I think. Most teams nowadays should be used to playing both T-side and C-side any map, really, and shouldn't have that strong of a preference on any side.
You could argue it's easier to gain momentum on the T side, though.
Yeah, true. If you get a couple of rounds strung together and just keep the momentum going, you can easily just steamroll.
Yeah, but TFG here, going to be opting for that CT side, ladies and gents. We are going straight into the pistol round here. TFG starting CT, eSport. They're going to be starting on the terrorist side, picking up quite a bit of utility here on one of their players. Whereas the TFG lineup are going to be opting for 3 Kevlar, actually 4 Kevlar, but this time around they do opt for that def kit. Alright, predictions, Roke, what do you think?
I'm actually really on the edge on this one, because we did some research into BME esports earlier, and we noticed that, yeah, they're actually quite a good team as well. So I think this will be a really close match, which, yeah, depending on how well the city spit set up, okay, they're going to be seconds off later.
Yeah, it is a full B push straight off the plot here. It's going to be a full retake. TFG, they're going to be giving away the entire site. Going to have the first initial frag going in the side of TFG. Cynics looking for the second one, finding it. Still 3 players remaining though. Cynics looks for a second, finds it. And Spirit off the other side finds one as well. Emiverse going to swing wide. And he's going to find that last frag. Important to note here, we got some background information in between the games. Aiming Wrist is the current in-game leader for TFG. When it comes to eSport, we don't really know a lot. And their names are really confusing, some of them. So the calls will be, well, they'll be what they'll be.
Yeah. From what we've seen, at least, BME eSports seems to have been a team for quite a while and have quite a big structure around them. So I'm expecting them to be, yeah, quite a good opponent for TFG.
I think you're very right.
But that retake was also quite good. And here comes B-Rush.
B-Rush has been established. Full investment here for the BME Sport lads. TFG going to give them the site, but Hellfire is holding it. Finds the first frag. Bob has been dropped. 4 players remaining. Only pistols to work with here. Spirit spraying the smoke. Here's the tag. Finds the frag onto Chris. 2 players down already. BME Sport looking at the back foot. Losing 2 more members. All of a sudden, only 1 player remaining. And he's nowhere to be found because he is creeping up mid. So far.
I found that a bit strange, actually, the way this Toast guy is playing right now. Because he has a lot of the utility of the team.
Yeah,
so why he is lurking is a bit confusing to me, because he should probably be around to actually flash his team in so they could get somewhere, because they got just stuck behind the smokes with no utility to actually flash and push through.
Right, I'm inclined to agree. Cindy's going to be finding that frag as well. Maybe his plan was to go connector and then realized that was a bad idea and then just panicked. But as you mentioned, a bit of a rookie mistake there from a team that apparently appears to have been formed quite a while ago. And BME Sport, they're definitely an organization more so than a pug. I mean, they have coaches, they have managers. So it's not a pug that TFG is meeting here.
Yeah, already starting off the bat with quite a solid win there, so they can string together 3 rounds. I don't think this round is going to pose too much of a problem. Maybe BME can get a couple of kills with the Eagles, but yeah.
Ultra
TFG should be able to close this down.
Ultra has heard this as well. They're aware of it, but the Tech 9's so close. I mean, they can be deadly. Bomb looking to be planted. Denied. Cynics finds the frag. Reno trades back. Ultra, Hellfire finding 1 each. Mitch finding 1 frag, but Ultra Hellfire eventually cleans it up. 3 on the board for TFG. I mean, I didn't get the bomb, but they did do a bit of damage here. BME Sport, so far though, looks like they are committed to just staying together and brawling it out. We saw that quite a bit on Dust 2 previously tonight, and TFG, well, they look to be happy to deal with it back then, so I don't know.
Yeah, I think actually that's something that would suit TFG really well, is if a team would figure out that, yeah, let's go aggro, let's try to take the aim duels, because that's where these guys truly excel, especially with it being such a fresh team as they are. We see like TFG is just taking B short control, so they have a lot of map control already. They also have full toilets control, so yeah, they can do really fast rotates here, and it's going to be a struggle actually for BM eSports to even get any ground.
Well, indeed, Spirit holding that exit from Secret, and Chris is going to challenge. So far, not finding it. Looks for the frag, finds it. Spirit goes down. Early lead BM eSport, but as you mentioned, TFG just playing a default, taking map control, leave BM eSport guessing and try and play their own game. And if they can force BM eSport to take the worst duels, then TFG should have a good shot here. Hellfire finds one, should be traded out. He isn't though. Chris gets taken out as well. Hellfire only an MP9 to his name. Toy's gonna swing it, finds a frag. Still a player lead for BM eSports. Cynics with the AWP. Ultra Venom with the M4. Definitely a possible retake here. There is a kit onto Ultra Venom, and both of them quite a lot of utility.
This could still go either way there. You see as well, BM eSports, they don't have too much utility. They have a flash left, so yeah. I think a lot of this comes down to how Ultra Venom plays, and yeah.
Well, apparently it doesn't matter because Cynics gets aggroed against and does go down. Ultra tries to swing, but it doesn't happen. Toy's going to take him down. 3-2-1. BM eSport, they do manage to pick up one round. That being said, I mean, Cynic, Spirit, they're on 1.4k. They're going to have to drop over a couple of guns. I think that all, in that case, was a bad investment. It didn't get anything for its effort. Of course, that's easy to say after you lose the round, but...
Yeah, I think in that round especially, they just ran around them. And, oh, here we have a mistake. See you next with a USB.
Hellfire could have dropped a deagle. He even has a deagle. He could have just dropped that one. Early frag though here. Gonna play your lead to TFG. But again, as you were mentioning it, I mean, TFG looking very comfortable so far, taking the map control that they feel they can, and not afraid to necessarily push, but at least go a bit for an info play. Try and figure out what BM eSport is doing. Rotates now, coming back down.
I really like what I'm seeing right now from them, because they're taking a lot of map control. Fair enough, the previous round they didn't go their way, but overall they've been able to just find an early pick and take a lot of map control early, and then fall back, play defensively, leaving BM eSports to spend a lot of time clearing things. As we see Toast just get the A site for free.
It does indeed. Toast has been spotted though. Bit of a mistake there for TFG, just leaving the site completely open. That's going to force the rotations to come in, but it is still a player advantage TFG. Cynics doesn't have a gun though, other than the deagle that he's managed to pick up. Cynics with the deagle, never underestimate him, finds one. 2 players only remaining here for BM eSport. Bomb should get planted here. Low time though. Toys managed to find a Spirit. Cynics with the deagle manages to find one more. Mitch with the ult finding one. Cynics with a 3k with the deagle. You were mentioning on Dust too. Never underestimate Cynics with the deagle, and I think that's a great lesson here to be learned.
Yeah, that's a good drop for them. He started around with the USP, and yeah, someone finally dropped him that deagle, and yeah, it paid off.
I feel like if you start around with a USB, you get a 3k ended up with an AWP, you've done something right.
Yeah, true. Especially as well, but one thing that to note right there was that smoke on the side sub, which just blocked off them from rushing Cynics at long. Pretty much just saved the round for TFG.
Yeah.
Because Cynics got a free kill in that smoke, but also afterwards he was just able to maneuver it really well to avoid everyone.
He did indeed, but TFG, they had really good rotations early, and arguably the rotation B was good. It was just it was an overcommit. There wasn't that much presence towards B, and that gave them the A site. But TFG though, I like how fluent they are with their rotations. They're not getting stuck. They're not just sitting around. They're actively doing stuff pretty much the entire round.
Yeah, that's actually really important, especially on a map like Overpass. You need to just be unpredictable, because if you give the team inside the ability to just go at their own pace, do their own thing, then yeah, they could easily string together rounds quite easily. But with this kind of momentum shift they're doing, they always keep the T side guessing.
They do indeed. Ultra, he's going to have a lot to deal with here. Gets spotted. Finds one. Can he find a second? He doesn't. He does get traded out, but does at least manage to find one for his name. Here comes the execute onto the A side. Cynics finds one. He's being held by Chris. Cynics finds a second. Chris finds the trade eventually, though, but down to 2 players. BM eSport off the back foot. 2v3. Spirit holding the angle as well. Finding a frag onto Lino. That's a name. Chris with the ult, though. Does go down eventually. Spirit finds that frag. And the push has been dealt with. The fact that
crucial 2 kills there from Cynics, or the fact that the Ultra even gets 1.
Yeah, I was about to pounce on it. The fact that Ultra slows them and even gets a single kill at that point, so worth it. And as you mentioned, Cynics off the back of that, just making it work.
Yeah, I feel like that's actually a quite large mistake from BM Esports to even allow Cynics to get to there, because he's literally stuck. And it's really well played from Cynics, but it also feels like it's a missed opportunity for BM Esports.
Oh, I agree. But, you know, when you corner a cat, that's when you get scratched or something. And
Good
Cynics
night,
is insane. What is that flick? He might get caught here, though. Might get caught here, though. Finds one, looks for more. Oh, doesn't find a third. Toast finds that frag instead. A lot of info being dealt with. Ultra finds one, looks for the second. Expecting the ult, here's the bullet. No, but he does anyway. Nero takes him down. 2v2. Hellfire managing to take the advantage, though. It takes down Lino. A bit of a, I gotta say, though, a bit of a messy round.
Yeah, it's a bit all over the place. That flick from Cynics in the beginning was just ridiculous. But then after that, you just see a lot of unnecessary fights from TFG. I like that Ultra went for the kill afterwards. But after he got the one guy, he should just fell back because he knew the other guy had an op. And even if the guy actually whiffed, then yeah, that's not a worthy fight in my opinion.
I completely agree.
But yeah, this is actually interesting. They've opted to play together, which is really good. So now we will see then how they will retake the B side, because this Nero guy will, yeah, he will get just a free plant there, and he has no op. So if he can isolate it to 2 1v1s, then this could easily slip away for TFG.
They can indeed. 10 seconds on the board. That's going to cue the plant. As you mentioned, TFG opting to play this together. I commend them for that. Oh, he almost ruined that. He does get it eventually, though. He is trapped at this point. Hellfire should have this info. Actually, falls back. Nero's going to go on the aggressive, making a lot of noise.
This
should be TFG's. But Spirit swings too far. Gets taken down. Hellfire cleans it up. Not the cleanest of retakes, but does make it stick.
Yeah, indeed. I'm actually... What Nero was doing there, I'm a bit confused about. Because, yeah, I can get that, yeah, you want to isolate so you can't be shot from different places. But when you sit down there, you're literally just cornering yourself in that point too. So you need to hit, you pretty much force yourself to hit every single shot.
Yeah, I agree.
But again, good trades from TFG as well. Like, even if Spirit goes down, Hellfire has then gained an angle, which is really hard to deal with from the water.
I agree. I don't think it's the best play the AWP could have made, but I think the worst part about it is just making it so audible that they knew where he was. I think that even made it a lot harder than it needed to be.
Yeah, indeed.
Cynics finds the first one under pressure, gets traded down. That being said, Ultra this time around, he's in con, finds one, finds two. I said has been taken, but a very split T side here. And bomb, important to note, is not with any of them. The bomb is actually all the way back in T spawn.
Yeah, we have a guy already pushed bank, though he could possibly get a kill. Okay, they're ready for that.
Yep, that's expect the unexpected, I suppose. It's the rule or the lesson you can take from that. TFG looking and very stable.
Spirit.
Oh, the timing. Oh, the timing. Oh, the timing. He's gonna get the bomb here. He's gonna get the bomb here.
Yeah. Bird.
Unnecessary smoke there, Spirit. $300. You're never getting back. I feel like at that
Well, he wants extra points.
at that
It's
point,
just a walk in the park.
at that point, you're just nitpicking. Don't toss the spike.
Yeah.
We need that. 7-1 TFG again, looking very strong. BM eSport, I mean, they somewhat seem to have a fix on Cynics, how they can get that to a 1v1 trade. But then after that, it just falls apart again.
Yeah, I feel like one of the reasons why they even get that one-on-one with Cynics is because he's left very much alone on A. Ultra is lurking around, is playing different positions. But yeah, that could easily also be fixed by TFG by them just playing more on each other. I think that the one entry BM eSports kind of have found right now is getting the trade on Cynics, but apart from that, not the trade game after that has always gone in the way of TFG, it feels like.
Kind of impressed on how... I mean, TFG's trade game isn't perfect by any stretch, but it's actually pretty solid.
Yeah.
Someone got a heart attack with a wide swing there. Cynics and Ultra, they're going to tuck tail and run. Again, though...
This is actually quite good for the T's. They managed to push the cities all the way back to the sides with already 50 seconds left on the clock, so they can just execute properly.
But look at this. I mean, TFG's, they're already 3B. Okay, Chris makes it a 2B hold. Mitch gonna find one more as well.
Oh, that smoke play though.
Oh, Hellfire, what are you doing? Hellfire. Finds one. Looks for the second, he doesn't find it. Let's get taken out. Cynics goes down as well. Ultravenom finds one with a nade. Finds the second. 1v1. No utility to his name. Mitch does have the bomb. Ultravenom
He's just playing this super safe.
He is indeed. He's well aware the bomb needs to get planted. Fake plant to go out. Nothing happening. Ultravenom at this point should know. Oh, that's another fake. Venom has read this completely correctly. Gone wide. And he fights the duel as well. Mitch goes down. TFG clutches it out. 8 on the board. I mean, that is just textbook. That's just textbook.
That's ice cold. I love that.
That's insane.
That's just, the perfect way to play it, really. He knows that the guy on the T side, especially when they're this far down as well, he's gonna want to try to take the fight just to gain some confidence. And by not giving him anything, he knows where it's gonna be when he plants the bomb.
Exactly.
So he doesn't need to do anything.
While we are on a bit of a pause here, assuming from BM eSport, I want to remind you TFG is a newly started eSport branch by the organization, I suppose, the fan group, looking to make their entry into the Norwegian CS or eSport in general, and then by the extent internationally. Go check out their Twitch. That's going to be where we're going to be streaming the TFG games from here on out, most likely. That being said, we are straight back into the game. 8-1. Surprisingly dominant so far, Roke.
Yeah, indeed. I feel like there's a lot of close rounds. Like you can see on the money on the seat side as well, it's not great, but they've been able to deal with BM eSports really well so far. This double toilet stack as well. This could be deadly.
Could be very deadly, but they're all stacked in mid, so if a trade game should appear, then TFG should be on the losing end, simply by numbers alone. But the rotations, once again, we've been commenting it throughout the game. The rotation's still there. You see the rotation coming up. Cynic's finding the info as well. He's going to fall back, try and wall bang. Does find a bit of damage, but nothing to write home about. Here comes the execute. Smokes are being lined up. I say smokes. There's 2 of them. It's a 3-player defense.
A close angle to toilets.
I haven't. Ultra finds one, looks for a second, finds a second, looks for a third, doesn't find it. But Spirit helps him out. Aiming wrist from the behind, finding Lino. And all of a sudden, it's just Nero back. And he has been mollied off, flashed off, and finished off by Cynics.
This is just textbook perfect play by TFG, to be honest. They're keeping... They keep switching up the tempo all the time, so you see that their side are really uncomfortable. But you also see that they just leave people around. Like all of a sudden, Ultra is in this angle that someone didn't clear. They're always in the position to just catch BM eSports off guard. It feels like.
TFG managing to find those little cracks where they can hide and then just pound and kill them all. Again, textbook hold, as you mentioned, and I think it's important again to note, as we've been touching on it the entire game, it's due to the rotations and the info game that they're doing on B short rather, that's causing that extra rotation and making that hold so much better than it would have been if it was only a 2-player hold.
And the entry goes again to TFG. This just, yeah, this was brutal to watch at this point, because you see as well, like BM eSports, they force into this round. They know that they need to get something going, and they try to speed it up, and they just, yeah, lose the entry with no potential refrag straight away. And there we go. There's refrag.
Cynics eventually getting caught by his peaks, but another entry effect to TFG and Cynics by extension, and well, the retake should be coming out. It's a 2-2 retake. We got 2 from the back, or from the underground area. So far, nothing. Utility being cleared out. Hellfire, can he find the first frag? It's not nice, but he does find it. Lino, by extension, though, he finds Ultra on the other side of the map. Spirit finds one. Man advantage, TFG. Retakes looking really solid so far. Nero does take down Spirit.
He's backstab, though.
The backstab, but it gets spotted. Hellfire finds the frag. And Hellfire looks for the frag. He doesn't find it, though. Nero. So close yet so far. 9-2 BM eSport. Well, they're at least fighting back, and I'm happy to see it.
Yeah, and also you see as well how close this game has been. Already the money on TFG side is broken.
It is indeed, and the way I see Overpass, at least, if BM eSport at this point can scratch out, let's say, 6 rounds, I mean, that's not half bad. You at least have something to work with, so TFG need to be careful that, I mean, yes, their lead is big, but it can go away so quick.
Indeed. Oh, at this, and here comes Spirit. This is actually, yeah, good read from BM eSports, or good gamble, one could say.
I think gamble would be the correct phrasing there, because I don't think they did that based on info. But again, as you mentioned, they did gamble correctly. Gets the bomb planted. But again, TFG at this point can do some damage. Ultra, what a shot! And Hellfire, that's 2 players down. A round that they shouldn't have anything to contend in. All of a sudden, they find 2 frags. An AK as well.
Also, I don't like this post plant for T's.
Me neither, but it appears to be working. Oh, that is close. If that's a kit, that's the round gone.
Yeah. That's... again, I'm not sure. It feels like, yeah, they're hunting for the eco frags. It felt like, okay, and pushed way into city, and all of a sudden they're not, lose 2, and they're not in position to hold the bomb anymore.
A bit of a strange call altogether, I think.
Yeah. No, but overall, like, okay, we're actually starting to see a bit of a match now.
Yeah, but at the same time, BM eSport feels very much like an MM team. As in, okay, B worked last time, let's do the same thing again.
Yeah.
And yes, it'll work, but not because it's a great call. It'll work because money isn't there.
Yeah, true. And but I guess in their head, they're like, yeah, whatever worked, yeah, just stick to it. Nothing else has worked.
Yeah, at 9-2, you might be slightly panicked with that again as well.
Yeah.
Not easy to see what's going on in people's minds.
And Ultra is just tearing them apart.
I mean, fair enough, it's cheap to be a terrorist, but okay, that can be taken out of context. But but it's, if you lose 3 or 4 guns each round, you're still gonna run out of cash.
Yeah.
You know.
And that's actually the thing as well for BM eSports is, yeah, they've won now, yeah, 3 rounds in a row soon, but they still haven't really built any bank.
Exactly. Hellfire even managed to grab an AK. If he can survive with that, that's huge. He does as well. Full buy again. I gotta say, unless I see something change from BM eSport, it looks very MM Puggy kind of style, but who knows? I mean, they might be just beasts at CT. So the game can always turn.
It feels a lot like they just rely on the fundamentals of trying to win the trade game, and so far that hasn't been going their way. But they don't really seem to have any sort of fallback in terms of complex strategies or any real hard counters.
And Cynics again just finding the entry. He's just been insane. I mean,
you see as well now they are trying to rush up banana, but already Cynics is in position to just
Yeah.
shut that down.
And I
And
feel
he
like
seems fairly aware of that being a possibility as well, considering he didn't wide peek from the site there.
yeah, and generally speaking, I think they're prepared for it simply by the fact that BM eSport has done it previously this game. So they're like, all right, we did that last time. We got that frag. That meant they aggroed. Let's not do that again. But at the same time, Lino does find a frag on CT. They're down a player. Here comes the push. 2-player hold. Nice utility from both sides. Boost is not going to happen. Sight very much under contention. Bomb to be planted. Mitch finding one. Spirit goes down. Hellfire does trade though. Chris trades back. Player lead once more to BM eSport. Flying from Ultra. So far finding nothing. Mitch swings, finds Ultra. All but Cynic's left. Oh, Mitch, what a round from him. Well played. Finds 3 quick frags and the last one on Cynic's there. I mean, that's gnarly.
Yeah, it's just, there's nothing you can do against that. It's just, deleted.
That's just gnarly. Last round of regulation first half. 9-5. Again, TFG, they're going to probably be happy either way, but looking for that double digits BM eSport. Looking to recover the half. 9-6. Any risk going aggro. It's been a while since they've done this. Nero, is he ready for it? He is. Finds 1, finds 2. Look for the third, doesn't find it, but Cynics does get taken down eventually. Hellfire, though, he's the one with the AWP. He's the one they gambled everything on. It's a hero AWP. And Deagles around it. Cynics is the main AWPer as far as I'm aware, but don't doubt that Hellfire can definitely do a bit of a showing. But Spirit with the MP9. Tagging, killing. Hellfire finding 1 to help him out as well. Looks for the second. He does find it. Hellfire again with the AWP. As I mentioned, Cynics, not the only TFG player that's able to pick up the AWP. Spirit as well. Grabbing that AK, and all of a sudden it's just Chris. He's all alone. 2 TFG members.
How the hell did this round turn around?
I don't know. I don't think there's anything to analyze. It just happened.
Oh, that's just, yeah.
Hellfire does get traded out though. Chris, he is expecting that close angle. Does fall back.
But who is his Spirit as well? Yeah, just playing on sound, not really doing anything.
I mean, Spirit's in no
Just waiting.
rush. He has the bomb. He's fine. He's content. Oh, that timing. Oh, that timing. Well, he finds the frag. That is 10 on the board. They're going to be very happy with that.
No, that's a tilt moment for BM. But yeah, it's a fucking amazing half, really, for TFG. They're just, yeah. They've been playing really well so far, like in terms of just mixing everything up, taking map control, and not giving BM eSports anything to do, really. And just, yeah.
I agree. TFG looking solid. And you were mentioning it appeared that BM eSport was just looking for the trade game, playing the fundamentals. But when you're up against TFG, that arguably, at least this game, is doing the same, just better. When you don't have a fallback, you don't have another plan, that's when games gets really rough.
Yeah. Looking at BM eSports, they're mainly just playing the fundamentals. That's pretty much all they're doing.
Yeah.
And yeah, it seems a bit flat when they just get outperformed really at their own game.
They do indeed. I'm just waiting for the ready from both sides to get into the second half. I gotta say though,
that's the age-old question: how long is this going to take?
Bathroom breaks, etc. It is getting late. I want to thank you, Rogue, for joining me on the CodeCast. I know you were a bit unsure in regards to the lateness of this game.
Coffee fixes every problem.
It does indeed. I do appreciate it. It is a lot more chill to CodeCast. It also saves my voice quite a bit.
Yeah, it's actually fun. It's been a while. It's like what now? 5 years? Yeah, in 1 month it's 5 years since last time I casted. So
it's very
well,
much.
Not counting tonight, but
it's riding the bike. Give it a round, and you're back into it. Close to it, at least.
Yeah, we're building up. It's still a new experience, actually. It's still a new experience, actually, doing it in English as well. Like I'm used to doing it in Norwegian, which yeah, let's be fair, everything is better in English, but
It is indeed. I did like a couple of weeks in Norwegian. That was like, nah, you know what? I'm just gonna do English and stick with it.
it's a way bigger market as well.
Yeah,
It's a
it
bigger
is.
audience for everything.
Especially when you're joining like ESEA. Like if we were to do this exclusively in Norwegian, then you're not going to be able to find any of opponents that most likely are Norwegian. So it is what
Yeah,
it is.
indeed. There's no opposition that would bring any viewers, and as well, I don't know. It just feels way more fluent when we do it when it's done in English.
I will agree. Again, since this is taking a lot longer than it should. Oh,
Okay.
never mind.
Inverse complaint.
Yes. Go check out TFG on Twitch. There's a link just slightly up in the chat. If not, type exclamation point TFG. You should be able to find it. Rightio. eSport, they are down. They do need this pistol half. 5 rounds to their name. TFG this time around on T side, having double digits, looking to extend their lead and close out the game. It is pistol, ladies and gents.
It seems like they're going for a really just simple B rush, one pump flash and go. Or not. Just wait and see.
What is that peak? Just 4 people just looking out. Alright, they're ready for this in Kondo. And that should be Hellfire gone. At the same time, B site. The boost didn't work out. Bomb to be planted. It's a safe plant as well, so it should go down. Cynic's finding one. Nero finding one. Trades out. Mitch finding one for himself. Player lead here for eSport. Finds a second. Mitch looking on fire. Started to come into the last part of the last half. Cynic's though. Looks for one. Doesn't find it. Needs to delay. It is planted for him. But doesn't help when you have no head. TFG, they will lose the pistol round. But they do get the bomb plant. So the question right now is, do you force? And if you were in this position, Roke, would you force or would you just do an eco?
Actually, I would probably just eco this one. They already have such a good lead that they don't need to force it. So, and I feel like after that round, it's a safer bet to just eco in this case. They have quite a few rounds of buffers, so they can just build the economy and play it. Yeah, pretty much how they've done so far. Just been dominant on with weapons.
It appears that they agree with you, because that is exactly what they've done. eSport on the other side, though, picking up 4 MP9s. That's going to be a lot of cash. Toes looking for one, finds one, doesn't find any more, though. Bound to retreat. Mitch finding one with the M4, but gets taken down. That's an M4 in the hands of Spirit. No Kevlar, though. Lino should be having a field day here with the MP9. Attempted plant. Spirit finding Nero. Ultra finding Toast. All of a sudden, it's a 2v2. Bomb has been denied. Spirit's alive. Spirit finds a frag onto Chris. The molly. Oh, he does get taken down. Lino alive. MP9 versus MP9, but no Kevlar here in Ultra Venom. Bomb dropped in a very, very bad position. Actually, no, it's not. It's a very good position here. Ultra with the dig.
Yeah, this could be down to timing for Lino.
It looks like Lino has the correct timing as well. He does. Takes down Ultra, but at the same time, look at that. That's 4 members down. Granted, they only invested MP9s, but they did listen. No, actually, they didn't. They picked up the M4. Still an expensive rounds.
They had 3. Yeah, they had them. The MP9s really got just destroyed. And that's the thing, though, when we look at TFG, it's like they have a lot of really good deagle players or pistol players in general. So it's like, the rounds like that's a bit extreme, but still, it's like anything can happen with these guys.
It's like, obviously, it's a low win chance when you have just deagles, but it's a lot higher than 0. That's for sure. Like, it's just 1 extra frag. You get a rifle or 2 extra frags, and you get a sight and a bomb. I mean, if the bomb went down there, for example, then that round would have maybe gone in the way.
And good night, sir.
And Cynics, continuing his trend, finds the entry for TFG, forcing the rotation up. eSport opting to play for a 2-2.
But here is it clear as well how effective that previous round, or how brutal that previous round was for eSports as well. They have literally no guns going into this round. 2 M4s and 2 MP9s, a scout, is a full buy.
They're playing off angles though. Hellfire finding one. Oh, they're trading out again with a team kill. Can we stop it, lads? It's gone insane tonight. Ultra Venom killing Cynics, but still a player lead.
This is the 7th team kill we have seen tonight.
It's insane. Still player lead for TFG. And as you mentioned, the economy. I mean, BM eSport, they kind of have to go for this, because if they don't, they're kind of screwed anyway. They can't afford next round, and maybe not even the round after that. So it's like,
neither of these two players have any guns to save anyways. There's no point saving MP9s. So
true.
Might as well go for it. But yeah, Spirit just
7-11.
Smoke, no smoke.
Open 24/7. Haha, that's a joke. Alright, around there on the board for TFG, putting it to 11. And the BM eSport, as we mentioned, low cash, so they're forced to buy this full Deagle buy-in. Again, we're not running off any rounds, but TFG definitely the favorites going into this round.
Yeah, it's the Deagle Kev though, so yeah, never underestimate Deagle at this point, I guess. But yeah, as long as TFG just plays this as they've done so far, which is just go and collect it, get the info, play the trade game, they shouldn't have much of a problem here.
Or they could, just sit back and let Ultra carry them and just, that works too.
Yeah, Ultra likes overpass. Let's just say it like that. He really likes overpass.
Well, a bit of a look at the scoreboard here. Yeah, Ultra is on top with 20 frags. I think that's one of the biggest problems as well with BM eSport. You have 3 players that's not double digits yet. And I mean, Aiming Wrist is on 6, but he's the IGL and probably the one just runs in and takes the bullet at the start of the push. So.
Yeah, from what I saw on his CT side, he went for a lot of info plays for the team, which usually leads to you just dying. It's not unexpected. And
also, one player not fragging, for whatever reason, isn't as bad as 3 players not fragging.
I would say that's fairly normal. At least one. If everyone was fragging all the time, then no one could be a star, I guess.
Exactly. Bit of a Kobe at the end there. Hellfire chucking a nade at the face. Finds that frag, and then we do have another pause coming in. And again, I mean, just look at that one round. Okay, apparently I can't see the score. Okay, well, look at how much damage the fact that they won the round against the full buy of BM eSport. They still don't have enough cash.
Yeah, their money is just completely ruined.
And with how much?
They forced last round because they were double eco, and even now I feel like they're actually over-investing a bit.
I agree, because even if you buy just Kevlar without head armor, you still won't get max utility off of this.
Yeah, and also looking at them right now, I feel like they're over-investing. Actually, Toast is down to 1100, Lino 1600. Like next round, they will have to sacrifice this utility in the next buy round, which.
It's like, either you sacrifice the utility or you don't buy M4s and you're stuck with FAMASs and SMGs, which, sure, I mean, they work, but I don't know, I feel like BM eSport pretty much just setting themselves up for failure at this point.
Yeah, there's some really strange decisions going on there. And there goes the flash. That was the utility.
Yeah. Top dollar. Oh, look at that utility from Aimrest. That is just cute. I've never seen that. I don't watch a lot of CS other than what I cast and what I play, but that was insane, that smoke.
It's always fun with some nerdy smokes.
You just know that guy hasn't been out to see the sun for the last couple of days, just sitting there practicing.
Well,
smoke.
To be fair, though, none of us have.
I mean, yes.
Yeah.
We live in Norway. There is no sun. What do you mean?
There is no sun, and there's also been lockdown. So it's like the few times we have had sun, it's like, yeah, well, we can't group together.
Back to play CS. Here comes the execute. Though. A lot of utility being pushed against the A site. TFG, they're going to be going for the push here. Spirit just clearing the close angle, taking it very slow, and I love this. We were talking about it. It's just such a conservative take. They don't do any aggro peaks. They slow peak every corner. And I
also love how they literally missed every single smoke.
Well, it is what it is. Can't be perfect. It's too early to be perfect.
True. Yeah, that's true. It's so fun because we still play everything perfect and then just no smoke lands.
Estra as well saying, "What is the sun?" I don't know. It's figment of someone's imagination, I suppose.
It's just a myth in Norway.
They speak of the days when there was a thing called the sun. Well, they do manage to find a couple of frags here on the the exit. Mitch finding a couple does do some damage, so they do get cleaned up. And again, TFG, I mean...
managed to save the AWP as well, so that's actually big for TFG.
And TFG can actually, you know, afford buying stuff, whereas eSport, not so much.
Yeah, respect to Swag 7.
Same, that's going to go down into con. There's no doubt about that. But again, look at the utility. They have nothing. And the way...
How are they going to hold B, for instance?
Exactly.
With this utility? Like, they're going to burn everything within the first 20 seconds.
You could argue that this buy would work against a team that plays really aggressive, but TFG's been very, very, very conservative. Oh, here comes the Swag 7. Misses. Spirit finds the kill. Toys is not having a fun day in Underground, that's for sure.
Okay, that lineup I'm actually going to try to memorize. That's
write it down. This is useful.
How to be useful as a B-lurk. That's actually good. Oh, that flash as well, though.
Oh, but the timing! He pulls away the AWP. He does find a frag, though, but all of a sudden he's stuck. Synex trades it out. Rotations, they're going to be slow. TFG this time around looks to be speeding up slightly.
Yeah, look at the utility already on the eSport as well. They have literally nothing for the retake. They have a single flash. That's it.
That's a feels bad kind of moment. Lino, though, in the smoke. That's always scary. Finds one. Finds the second. 2v2. Does manage to even it out. Aiming Risk going to be holding that bank angle. Oh, he might get spotted here from Nero. He does get taken out. But this is Synex. Such an experienced player with the deagle. Nero, though.
That flash.
He's going to be looking for it. Oh, Synex swings too wide. Oh, the leg shot! And the tap! Synex playing with his food.
Yeah, there's literally... At this rate, it's just... Yeah, they're being... eSport is just going to be getting toyed with. This is...
At this point, DFG is looking a couple of notches more solid, I would say, than eSport.
Yeah, I feel like on TFG's side, it's like, yeah, they're playing really well, like proper CS on their T side now, and also when you look at it, it's like, yeah, they're just everyone is actually on point. It's like, yeah, I feel like, yeah, okay, fair enough. Aiming Wrist doesn't have too many kills, but the calls are pretty much perfect.
Oh, the amount of players flash!
Oh, they display.
Oh, the amount. Okay, but they do manage to trade it out 2 for 2s. I mean, but that's a nice call from eSport.
Yeah, that's really good. You should see next as well now. It's just impatience.
Oh, can you actually toss the guns away? Oh, you can. Ah, that's just bad manners at this point.
Yeah, evil. They're still opting to go towards B here, though.
Synex is spending way too much energy trying to get this hit.
It's like, no things for you. You will not have my shinies.
He's just zoned out of the game. He does get taken, but the trade is there. Oh, they're not going to be expecting this water play, though. Mitch, he's been very strong this half. He's going to be creeping up.
And also that backstab is really fast.
Oh, that's Mitch's backstab. Or, well, help with the backstab from the other player. That managing to find the 2 frags. They are going to be getting round 8. And that's a round they really shouldn't have any chance of winning. Well, any chance. They shouldn't have any likeliness of winning. But they do. So the money situation is going to be kind of repaired. At the same time, though, TFG should be able to just buy her and drop over a couple of guns and be more than fine. And then the war of attrition can start all over again.
Yeah. Now, this is actually really interesting while looking at it, because that round they had no business winning, to be honest, but that play just, you saw it rattled TFG a bit, and they needed a lot of time to stabilize, which gave, again, eSport just time to wrap around and gain way more map control. You saw the backstab was already pretty much in there when they got into B, so they could just stack players.
Yeah, correctly played by eSport. All off the back of that flash that got them the initial 2 frags. I mean, it may have rattled TFG a bit, but I mean, these are seasoned players. I don't think they're going to be feeling any nerves or anything at this point. Needs to get a bit further out. But look at the play being set up for long here. Oh, it's just a peek. Spirit finding 2.
Oh.
What are they doing? BM eSport, they had utility. They have flashes. Chris, though, finds one, looks for a second, finds a second. The push has started. A very messy push. Finds the third, finds the fourth. Chris with a quad. Picks up the 8K, looks for the A's, maybe. Cinex looking to rain on his parade. So far, though, making it work. He's going to dash off into safety with the AWP. This round is by no means over quite yet.
Yeah, they're hearing him, I think.
They are indeed, which makes the job a lot harder. Lino on the timing. Should have this frag pretty much free, and he does. Even giving away another AWP. BM eSport going to be opting to go for that double AWP setup.
That's massive, Chris.
It's just such a massive mistake from BM eSport, and then Chris says, "It's fine, lads. I'll deal with it. Don't worry." Then he does. It's insane. I would have loved to hear his comms at that point.
Yeah, that's one of those moments which can easily get you back in the game. Everyone's just all of a sudden fire up without none of those plays.
You fire it up, you notch the enemies down a bit, and then you just kind of go for it. I agree.
Also worth mentioning is that Chris is one of the guys who has had a really rough time this game, so this is a really good confidence boost for him.
Yep. This time around is Nero finding 3. Being helped out by Lino, granted. Wasn't really much that invested from TFG, but BM eSport looking to secure those double digits, and we've said it. TFG have been looking very solid and very dominant pretty much the entire game, but never let your opponent back in, and right now they're kind of opening a door at least.
Yeah, you see also now BM eSports have a bit of a buffer as well, so even if TFG takes this round, they still have money for the next one, so they still have the opportunity at least to drag it to overtime then.
I agree, it's not like a 1-all, if you lose it you're out kind of thing. They do have a bit of a buffer.
And we see the aggression towards long game, which actually BM eSports is really well set up for.
They are indeed. Mitch had such a good game, finds a frag. The question is, what can the tree player do? So far, nothing. But Mitch helps him out, find another one. Spirit finds a frag. That's a 2-for-2 trade again. TFG winning the trade duels. It all comes down to the connecting fights. Too busy trading guns, apparently. Good utility usage from BM eSport here, forcing TFG back. And Chris!
Oh.
Chris, the menace! Finds one. Does he peek for more? He kind of does, but falls back eventually. Yeah, you don't want a player like Chris to wake up. He's been asleep all game.
This is really annoying for TFG as well, because they literally have nowhere to go.
They are stuck. They are indeed. But I do not like this call they're making here, because they are making it a bit too easy. I think challenging that up in toilet or something would probably be a better call, but it's easy for us to say when we sit on all the data.
Yeah. Now, actually, Hellfire waiting here is really good, because you see now that Lino is starting to question, okay, could he have gone toilets?
But Lino is close enough to still help him out. 11 on the board. And now we can talk about TFG starting to get a bit rattled. Because now the lead is shrinking. And it's shrinking quick, because now they have to do another Deagle Bar and Eco. So you're most likely looking at a 12 here. At this point, I would almost like to see a pause coming out for TFG. And I know the players in TFG previously haven't really been using their pauses whatsoever. And I think that's a big factor that could help them. If not, just to kind of stop the momentum of BM eSport for a bit and just say, you know what, let's just chill. We played better than them. Let's just do what worked.
Yeah, at this rate, they just need to stop the momentum, really, because too many people at BM eSport have started to wake up at once.
Oh, what is Mitch doing? One. Look for the second. Nobody's reacting to the fact that he's there. Actually manages to survive with all players. BM eSport, though, as you mentioned, set for cash at this point. They can buy whatever they want, whenever they want, and should be fine for the remainder of the game, most likely. TFG, though, finally back on the AWP.
I would actually like to see TFG maybe mix it up a bit on how they do it now on the T side. Just try to, maybe force a fight somewhere that's not long.
I think maybe going for like a short control play, both from what they're doing now, or maybe even just implementing the underground as well could work, but they do get that B shore control at least.
Yeah, that's actually really, really good. Because now they have something to work with. Now they can leave a guy or two there and just, fall back and work other areas of the map and just let him play for info. Oh, and here comes retake.
Yeah, Nero finding one, but Hellfire and Ultra making it costly. That's finding two. All the A players, look at that. They're falling straight back. TFG, they don't need to make a rash decision here, but they are 3 players towards B site, and it appears that they're going for it. Lean out, holding the site, finding one, looks for more. Swing short, does get taken out by Hellfire. Hellfire having a great round so far. Mitch has made it here, holding short with the ult. Bomb has advanced, getting planted. Are they expecting Mitch so close though? He smokes off the Molly 2v2 retake. Mitch finds Synex, toast, finds Hellfire, and all of a sudden, BM eSport 13 on the board. TFG, they wobble. They wobble.
Yeah, they did everything well there, but I feel like they're playing a bit too far back when they get to B sites. They need to actually go for some more control, because when you look at the way BM eSports has been able to retake B the 2 times they've been in there now, it's always been with a guy like jumping down, taking water behind the smoke, and just forcing TFG to play passive angles, which they haven't been successful at holding. So I think they would probably benefit more from trying to actually take the water control before they go for the plant.
And I think, in my opinion, what I saw in the previous round is scaring me a bit, because TFG, they get the 2 frags, and then they wait. Like, either don't wait and just go straight in, or wait and go somewhere else and re-establish control somewhere else on the map. It was just neither kind of thing. They just waited for the rotations to already be halfway there, and then they started moving.
They still have actually enough to do a quite decent buy though, so
they do indeed.
Could still see something happening this round.
And
again, they're playing way more defensive now, just taking connector control, holding really passive angles towards, not towards B anymore, but towards A.
Well, and again, it is a new lineup here for TFG, so it is easier to get rattled than it is if you have 5 players that have been playing together for years. And I mean, these guys have been pugging with each other and playing friendly with each other, but in a team sense, it's slightly different here.
They still have quite a good amount of real estate though by this early in the round, and still decent amounts of utility as well. So it looks like they're just setting up for an execute onto A side, where there are 2 players on the BM eSports side, and they've been quite successful at getting the entry frags towards A. It's been more about just closing out.
I agree.
It's been the issues due to some hero plays from BM side.
It's also important to note here that there's still 3 players remaining from BM eSport down in B. Here comes the rotation, so it's now or never. TFG needs to go, or they need to move. Toast though, sees the feet, sprays the smoke, does some damage, doesn't find the frag. The rotations are already here. Spirit swings wide. Can he find a frag? He does with a molly. Mitch goes down. That's the carry of BM eSport down for this round. Spirit holding the angle. Finds the second. No, he doesn't. Finds a lot of damage though. The rotations are already here. It's going to be a retake from CT and Bank. No flank this time around. Nero finds one. Spirit finds the trade. Spirit is being held, and that helps him out. Ultra finds one. Amy finds one. Only 1 player remaining. Chris does get taken down, and we see 15 on the board for TFG. Overtime secured. But BM eSport, they still have money. It's not over until it's over.
Yeah, that's just perfect how they played it on A there. Spirit just making so much room with just, pre-firing the angles, getting that entry, and just keeping them back in Bank as well, letting his team just set up. Yeah, that's just perfect how they played it.
Yeah, very, very big from Spirit. I would agree. But it's still not over. 2 more rounds. Going into an OT eventually, I think BM eSport would have the psychological advantage, but still 2 more rounds they have to claw away from TFG.
That would be kind of typical though, wouldn't it? It's like, it's starting to get late night. Yeah, let's go with an overtime.
Yeah, it's like, and it's not like just 1 overtime, it's like 3 overtimes.
Oh, this
Oh,
play.
this is such a counterplay. Here comes the push. eSport, they're going to allow them the site. That being said, though, TFG haven't really been able to hold the sites during the retakes. Kratos
And
finding
there's again
Ultra.
smoke.
Nero finding Synex. Bomb has been planted. Spirit, he's far forward. Nero does find aiming wrist. Spirit finds one. Hellfire finding one as well. Finding the second. Can he find more?
Spirit hears from heaven as well now. They have info on both.
Yep. Spirit has been spotted. Hellfire is still alive though. Goes into the smoke. That's such a cheeky move. He does get knifed eventually, but Spirit swings, finds Mitch, finds Nero! And that, ladies and gents, is going to be GG. TFG, they win the second match of the day.
Holy crap, that ending from Spirit is massive.
Yeah.
He literally just took the team and like, okay, we're gonna win this match, guys.
And I
There's no way we're losing.
I gotta say though, TFG making it a lot closer than they need to have done. But they do manage to close it out. And yeah, what do you think so far about TFG? We've seen 2 matches. There's the long season on ESEA and then eventually on Liga, so there's going to be lots of games. But what's your thoughts currently, though, with what we've seen today, you know?
Considering that it's just like, yeah, it's a 3-day or yeah, less than a week old lineup, then I would say this is really promising. They are playing really well team-wise. Like, they're playing well on each other, trading each other all the way. Of course, the strat book is not too deep, which is to be expected. They're fairly new, so their strategies are a bit, yeah, standard. But yeah, they make it work. And also you see already the potential, considering the individuals on the squad are firing on all cylinders pretty much.
They are indeed.
So I think, yeah, I think this project is really promising. I think they're just going to get better as the season goes, and also leading then over summer into Liga, which will be, yeah, I think they will perform better this year.
I agree. And as well, looking very promising. I want to thank you once again for joining with this CoreCast. I know you want to get to bed, so we're going to wrap this up very quick. GG well played to both teams. eSport putting up a valiant fight towards the end. TFG does close it out. Thank you for joining me again, Rook. Hope you do end up joining me in the future, which we technically already have planned. So, you know.
Yeah, well,
we'll see.
A little bit
we'll
talking
see.
about it.
Yeah. Thank you so much. And thank you to everyone who watched. GG well played both teams. And have a lovely week.